Hi y'all, I'm Brenda with Blessings and Bread and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making a Swiss buttercream frosting. This is one of my favorite frosting recipes. It's light and not overly sweet. So come along with me today while I make a Swiss buttercream. I'm going to begin making this Swiss buttercream by making a Swiss meringue. And a Swiss meringue is made by using a double boiler. And if you don't have a double boiler, you can use just a pan of water with a heat-proof bowl set down over it. And I have about 1 inch of water in there. I want that to be hot and simmering, but not really boiling underneath there. So I want to keep it on a real low heat. But I want to be able to heat my egg whites to 140 degrees. And this is going to make this a more stable meringue. And it's also going to cook these egg whites just enough that there'll be no danger in eating raw. We won't be eating raw egg whites, basically. So I'm going to start, this is 5 egg whites. And I'm just going to put those in my double boiler and kind of begin to whisk them. Now, you want to be sure that you constantly whisk your egg whites, because if not, you're going to end up with scrambled eggs. So that's why you want to keep your heat low, and you also want to keep stirring constantly. And I really will just kind of cook these till they're about 140. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add in my sugar, and this is 1 1/4 cups of just granulated sugar. And we're going to mix these together in this double boiler. And like I said, I'm just going to constantly whisk them. And I will check with my thermometer the temperature as we go along. But I want these egg whites to reach 140 degrees, which will make them safe to eat. And I want my sugar to dissolve. So this takes a little bit of time, but just remember, don't stop beating your egg whites or you're going to end up with scrambled eggs. This is now done, and I reached 140, and my sugar seems to all be dissolved. So we're going to take this off the heat now, and I'm going to go put this in my mixing bowl so that we can whisk our meringue. I have transferred my egg whites and sugar into my stand mixer, and now I'm just going to begin on a medium speed to whip my egg whites. Now, say medium. I'll do a medium-high speed. It'll make a more stable meringue if I don't beat it on the high speed. I want to beat these until they are a stiff peak. Also, I have a metal bowl here and it's very hot to touch. So we're also going to keep beating till this kind of cools down. We are going to add butter in a minute, softened butter, and we do not want the butter to melt. So I need to make sure that my pan is cooled off enough that when I add the butter, it doesn't melt. This should take about 7 to 8 minutes to whip, and I'll just kind of give a little bit of a look in on it as we go through this process. All right, it has been 7 minutes, so let's check our meringue and see if we're at a stiff peak. A stiff peak should stand straight up and not fall over. As you can see, this one, here we go, is falling over, and I want it to stand up straight. So we're going to keep beating this for about 3 more minutes, and then we'll check it again. All right, let's check again, see if we're getting a stiff peak. I will say this, if you were just making a Swiss meringue for like a pie, as you can see, we're still falling over. Pretty stiff. That would probably be perfect for the top of a pie meringue. If you were just making meringue, that's probably about perfect. But I want it to be a little stiffer than that for this frosting. So let's give it a few more minutes. I think we're getting a little bit stiffer still, and I'll beat it a little bit more. Now I have stiff peaks. As you can see, that peak is standing straight up. So that's a stiff peak. And now I can begin to add my other ingredients to this meringue to turn it into a buttercream. So I'm taking this basically so far is just a Swift meringue. And now we're gonna add butter, vanilla, and a little salt and turn it into a frosting. Okay, we're gonna start by adding butter. And this, I'm adding 3 whole sticks of butter, which is 1.5 cups. So, but we're gonna do it just a little bit at a time. So I'm just gonna put in a little butter at a time. Oh, I almost forgot to, I'm gonna switch from my whisk now to my paddle. I'm gonna put on my paddle attachment to do this part of the process. And we're gonna start by just beating this in kind of a medium-low speed. Before I go on and finish this buttercream frosting, I'm just gonna say I have a partner in the back. Rod's had to come in. He's starting to cook the meat for the taco meat for tonight for the kids' walking tacos. And it's our turn to help with the food. And that's what we always do is we make the meat, some of the meat for the walking tacos. So Rod's gonna be in the background doing that while I finish making this Swiss buttercream. All right, the butter has now been incorporated into the meringue. And now I'm gonna add the flavoring. And I'm going to start with vanilla. And it calls for 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm gonna mix that in. And 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now, if I wanted a white buttercream frosting, I could stop right here. And I would have a white buttercream frosting. But I'm gonna add some chocolate tonight. So we're gonna have very chocolatey cupcakes at youth group tonight. So I'm gonna mix this in and then we'll add our chocolate. All right, my frosting had gotten pretty loose. So what I did is I just was beating it so that now it's all smooth and creamy. And I think my butter was trying to kind of separate on me, and when that happens, if your butter kind of wants to separate, if you'll just keep beating it, it will come back together. And I'm probably going to actually put this in the fridge for just a little bit when I get it all made and let it chill a little bit before I try to frost my cupcakes. Now, as I said, I wanted chocolate Swiss buttercream for my chocolate cupcakes. So what I'm going to do to make it chocolate is I've melted 2/3 of a cup of chocolate chips. And I would have probably used semi-sweet, but I'm out of those. All I had were the dark. So I'm gonna add 2/3 of a cup of melted. Now make sure that you have cooled this enough that it won't melt your butter. And mine is cool enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and add 2/3 a cup of melted chocolate chips or chocolate. You could use baker's chocolate as well. This I've always used semi-sweet, but if you didn't want it quite so sweet, you could probably use more like the unsweetened chocolate, and then it would probably make a less sweet frosting. All right, now we're gonna whip this in, and then our frosting will be done. All right, my buttercream frosting is ready to go into the bag, and I like to use a popping bag to ice my cupcakes. So I'm going to put my bag in a large cup to help me fill it. And I just pull my bag down over the cup. That way I can fill this cup without making as much of a mess. I won't say I still won't make a little bit of a mess, but I won't make as much of a mess. It's not all going to fit in my bag, but I am going to try to press out some of these air pockets that are in there. And then I'm going to set this in the fridge for just a few minutes to let it maybe firm up just a little bit more before I try to pipe my cupcakes. Swiss buttercream has chilled just a little bit in the refrigerator. You don't want it to chill too long because that butter will firm back up too much and then you won't be able to pipe. I'm just going to start in the middle and make a little swirl. Nothing fancy, but just a little buttercream on top of that delicious chocolate. I absolutely love this frosting. Today mine is chocolate but Swiss buttercream, but you can do this in any flavor. And today I made mine chocolate, but you can leave it vanilla and or add other flavorings that you want to add, or food coloring if you're wanting to use it for a particular holiday or special event. But just look how soft that is. I'm licking my finger. That is so good. I hope you've enjoyed this video of me making my chocolate Swiss buttercream frosting, and I hope to see you the next time I'm in my kitchen, on my porch, or in my garden.